Back Row Ministry, the world premiere, Mr. Mokhti coming back at you live and direct. So, real quick, definitely want to discuss something that I saw on one of the little YouTube podcasts that I like to watch. Like I say, politics is very entertaining right now. We got the big question of is Kamala Harris a black or white? You know, we have to do our color coding. So there was a show on CNN where they had this debate, and we had Lulu Navarra Garcia was speaking on CNN along with another gentleman. I forgot his name, but he also was speaking on CNN. And the gentleman here, he brought up the ADOS community and struggles that the ADOS and FBA community have with candidates who run on the black card or the claim of being black Americans, which is people born in America, people who are truly ancestors of slaves in America. And when they're not that, they're not true black Americans. So Kamala Harris is not a black American. Um, Realistically, she's from Canada. So she's Indian Canadian. She would be more Canadian Indian. So she was born in America, but pretty much raised in Canada. But she's not a child of slaves here in America. Her father is from Jamaica, but her father is Indian. He's not a black Jamaican. He's not a Jamaican of African descent. He's not. He's from India, and you can do the research on that. So in the West Indies, there are a lot of Indians in Trinidad, Tobago, Jamaica, any other West Indian countries you go to, you're going to find people from India that migrated there, worked there, and pretty much their families have been there for long periods of time. But they're Indian Trinidadian, they're Indian Tobagan, they're Indian Jamaican. So one thing I've been seeing is the media will say, well, her father's Jamaican to automatically say that he's black Jamaican, which he's not. He's Indian Jamaican. And Kamala claims Indian. She claims her Indian heritage because she's Indian. Now, for those of us who grew up in certain cities and we've been around the Indian community, it's always been this fight to get the Indian community to see that they're people of color because they don't like to claim that. They like to just claim their Indian heritage. And in the caste system, sometimes the lighter you are, the better you are. That's just the reality of Indian culture. So you can ask your friends that are from the Indian culture about the caste system and how they treat darker complected Indians and all around the world. So Lulu is Hispanic. And Lulu made some statements on this show as though she was an expert in what it meant to be black. And she makes one statement that, well, she looks black, so she's black. Based on what? Because there are Hispanics that are dark skinned Hispanics, and they will tell you, well, I'm Puerto Rican, well, I'm Mexican, well, I'm Venezuelan, well, I'm Cuban. So just because you look black doesn't mean that you claim to be black. And it's a difference between being a black American, which is the argument that a lot of black Americans have that to get our vote in America, everybody's black American all of a sudden. But they never claim black American. So I've never seen Kamala till up until now say that she was a black Indian or Indian American, but she's an Indian Canadian. But she does claim her Indian heritage, and there's been times when she just straight out claims her Indian heritage. So don't be black when it suits you. And that's always been the problem in our community, that there are people who are black when it suits us. But then you get people who aren't a part of African American culture come in and then they're experts. So Lulu's now an expert, but she is Hispanic. And just because you're black, that means you're black. or you look black, you black. So if I call Lulu a Mexican when she's Venezuelan and Cuban, she would get upset about that. She would find that offensive. She would say, well, just because I'm Hispanic, that means all Hispanics are Mexican. But she makes a statement that just because you see people of color around each other, we all the same damn thing. Or we're claiming that. We're claiming that. Big problem here when we talk about voting in America and people who are truly from America, who understand African Americans, Black Americans, whatever you want to call yourself. I call myself an American. I like the term foundational Black American because some of us, we have Native American heritage. We have, we're descendants from slaves. We got a lot of stuff going on. But our people are from here. People who aren't from here don't understand America. And Lulu, by making that dumbass statement that just because you look black, you're black, definitely does not understand America. Because if you go to Louisiana, you can sit next to the whitest white man in the world, and he will tell you that he's black. Based on a statement that Lulu made in the CNN piece, where she states where the 5% of black blood rule means you're black, which was a rule in America. It was not a rule all over the world. The whole world did not have this rule. Only America had the 5%. But that sticks in Louisiana. If you got that 5%, yes, those people still claim to be black. I have sat in a bar in Louisiana, out there in St. Bernard Parish, next to a Caucasian man who me and him started talking, and he had said, hey, man, we the only two black guys in the bar. And I look at him like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? He's white as anybody. But he claims to be a black man because of the 5% rule, and that's how they get down in Louisiana, and they claim what they are. So you can't sit and say just because a person looks black, they're black. You don't know who's going to claim black or why they claiming black. But you got to understand America to be able to understand the complexities of this society. You can't come from these Hispanic cultured countries and act like you're a negroologist because you don't know anything about us, or you don't know what a person might be claiming, or who that person thinks they are, have been told or raised to be. So just because a person is dark-skinned, it don't mean they claim it. And that becomes the problem, because that's what we call racism. Lulu is a racist because, oh, well, he black, he must be black. But if you sit there and call her Mexican, she'll have a problem with that. She'll call you a racist. But she can say it because that's the way she thinks. And unfortunately, that's the way a lot of Hispanics think. You look Negro, so you're Negro. And they treat each other like that, too. They treat each other like that. She don't see a black Cuban as being Cuban. She see him as just being black. So it's a lot of racism that comes out of these so-called liberals' mouth. And they always try to act like they not, but they say it. And all you have to do is listen to it. But most of them don't even understand where they at. They don't understand America. They don't understand the dynamics of America. They don't understand the complexities of America. They just, well, he's white, so he must be claiming white. No, he might be claiming black. Right? It's where you at. It's where you at and what that culture of that place is. So we are not one set of people. We are not one set of people. Africans don't claim that they're African Americans when they come over here. They claim their country. They're Nigerian. I'm Ghanaian. They don't claim to be part of Black America. So Black America has been boxed in this corner where everybody is black by demand when they're in America. Everybody gets treated a certain way. Most time better than the Black Americans that have been here. And that's what Black Americans are tired of. You use us when it's convenient, and then when it's not, well, you go give all that funding to the Indian community. You won't give any funding to the people who you're going to use and abuse at the time. But don't sit and try to claim you know us. You don't. Because if I called you a Mexican and say, well, you look Hispanic, so you must be Mexican, you would take that to be offensive. But to her, it was okay to offend people because she's trying to push a narrative that just accept that this is who this person is. You need to run your black ass to the poll and vote black. Don't vote common sense. Don't vote policy. If you're gonna waste your time with your vote, give us your vote. Be the good darky that you're supposed to be. Fall in line. Don't speak up. Stay asleep. Because none of them are, like I say, none of them are woke. If you're woke, you see this foolishness. You see what a person is doing right in front of your eyes or saying out of their mouth. And when I think this brother's Arab, when the Arab brother tells her about the African descendants of slaves and their issue, or foundational black Americans issue with people always trying to claim, she went on full scale attack. Well, if she looks black, then she black. She didn't want to hear anything he had to say. She didn't want to hear anything about what he had to say about the struggle that black Americans had with statements like this. But she'll tell you, well, I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist. Basically, they should just get in line and accept her. Yet she's not from where you're from. She's not from America. She's not a black American. Her family is not descendants of slaves. But just get in line and to heck with all that stuff you're saying about, these descendants of slaves or these people that's really from here, whose family died here, who sweat blood here to create this country. They've always pissed on black Americans. They never cared about us. That's why you didn't get your 40 acres and a mule. Some people never got it, or they got it and took it away from them. This is how this country really feels about its black American population. Black when convenient. Then you go back to being who you want to be. Hispanics are colored when convenient. Then they go back to being Puerto Rican. They go back to being Venezuelan. They go back to being Cuban. Asians are colored when convenient. Then they go back to being Chinese. Then they go back to being Korean. We don't have that luxury. We are black Americans. We are who we are. And when we say, well, hey, we need something for our vote, right now, we got a homeless situation in most of the major cities where the homeless have been pushed out of shelters and those programs. Newark right now is out of control. There are homeless folks all over Newark. A lot of them with mental health symptoms, running around. A school year is about to start. You got people with mental health symptoms, severe mental health symptoms that are homeless running around. And some of them are aggressive. And the mayor is doing nothing about the situation in a Democratic city. So these Democrats say they are about business or about policy. You need to fix the migrant problem because now it's becoming a problem. It's becoming a problem inside of the cities. Where are the mental health facilities? Where are the programs? What is the plan to get these homeless individuals with these mental health symptoms some help? And most of them are black Americans. So they don't care about them. They don't care about them. Black when it's convenient for you. Remember now, Kamala's supposed to have been the person managing the migrant situation that's out of control in most of your major cities and urban areas. Go outside. It's no secret. Go outside. Go to your hood. If you're in the hood, you already see it. Like I say, they don't care about nothing but you going and bowing down. That's it. They're not going to fix any problems. They're not going to fix any problems. And it's getting out of control. And somebody's going to get hurt. We got a school year coming up, Newark. You need to get in line. You need to get your house in order. Because right now your house is not in order. And when some of them kids get hurt, that cushy mayor job you keep getting every year is going to be in jeopardy. So my thing is, if you're going to be a politician, if you're going to be a person that's a leader, show leadership. Show leadership. I bet he's out there pushing for everybody to vote for Kamala, though, but ain't out there fixing this homeless problem. Because I don't give a damn who your daddy is. Because your daddy was a man of change. Your daddy was a man who was out there in them streets. Your daddy was a man fixing stuff. What the fuck are you fix? Your city all fucked up. talking to the mayor of Newark. So you can't just keep hiding behind your daddy and he hung out with the last poets. The last poets was people of change. What the fuck you doing? But bowing down to your Democratic handlers who now your city is being overran by black folk with mental health issues that you are doing nothing to help. But you'll bow down to them. You'll tell your folk, go vote black. Fix your damn house. Put your house in order. But we got to get out of the business of these folks trying to always speak about they know us. Niggerologists. They're niggerologists. I think it was said best in Bamboozle. These folks think they're niggerologists. They know nothing about our communities. They know nothing about us as people. Nothing. But they're quick to say they know us. They know who's who. Even after the person, it's not like the person hadn't said who they are. Kamala said she's Indian. At least he knows who she is. She said it. She said it. She hasn't claimed black all the time. Most black folk claim black. I'm a black American. Barack, he claimed it. I can't say anything bad about Barack Obama. Barack said he was a black American. He always claimed it. He said he was biracial. He always claimed who he was. And he would claim black more than anything. But he always claimed being biracial. Kamala has claimed who she is, but she never really claimed being black and Indian. Because she can't. She can't. Don't y'all understand? That Indian culture ain't down with that shit. Y'all seen the interview with her grandmother who really wasn't down? Well, I think it was an auntie who, when she got asked, is Kamala black, the way she looked, she ain't say shit. They don't get down like that. They ain't claiming that. They ain't claiming something that they not. They claim who they are. We Indian. Because they got their own color code problems in India. It's called the caste system. Check it out. Caste system got various parts to it. So she know what she claiming. Yeah. Here's the one where she went to a she was a part of a black sorority where she went to fucking Howard University. People join sororities every fucking day. That makes you black? I think the girl who started all this, because they quickly removed the girl from the interview who started this whole line of question about DEI hires. The same thing that Biden said he was hiring people to be. I have most diverse hires in my cabinet. Go back and do your research. You can pull it up on YouTube when he makes a statement about all his diverse hires. So he already had told everybody he got all these DEI hires on staff. But then here come the dumbass sister who ain't from here, because her people not from here either. She goes into this whole tear. Do you think she was hired just because she's black? Yada, yada, yada. No, she was hired because she was Indian. You got to remember, 2-3 years ago, Vince McMahon was trying to make a big push into India and get that Indian population on board with the WWE product. So that's an untapped population. Most of your jobs, your customer service jobs, are over there in where? India. You think more stuff ain't going to go over there? You think more stuff ain't going to go over there? Stuff has already been going there. Contracts have already been signed for the Indian population. Yet in black communities, we got a homeless problem. So if she's so black, why ain't she in the black communities trying to figure out, hey, how can we manage this migrant issue where it's not flooding into these urban communities if she's so black? If she's so black. People are black when it's convenient. They're black by convenience. I'm a black American when it's convenient. I'll say that, but saying it and doing and acting like that is two different things. But they always want your vote. They always want your vote, but don't want to do anything for you. Don't want to do anything for you. So Lulu cannot speak for black Americans. Lulu can't speak for people of color at all. Because she said in this thing, hey, I'm a person of color. She ain't claiming that. Lulu ain't claiming being no person of color. She ain't claiming that. She's Venezuelan and Cuban. She'll be that first. She'll be that first. Because when she get around her people, she's Venezuelan and Cuban. She ain't claiming being no person of color. All of a sudden now, well, us as people of color, convenient. It's convenient to say, but you ain't no black American, Lulu. You Venezuelan and Cuban. You don't know anything about what it means to claim being black. Because as I said, in Louisiana, you'll walk up to the whitest white man and he'll tell you he's black. He's not black? But you're not black, you're white. Based on what? You just said you got 5% black blood, you're black. They believe that shit for real in Louisiana, Lulu. They believe that shit for real. And they down by law when they come to that shit. They claiming that shit all day. They claiming that shit all day. They don't know nothing about America. They live here, but they don't know a damn thing about America because they ain't from here. They ain't from here. Mr. Mockty, Back Row Ministry, sit your ass on the couch. Don't waste your time with this foolishness. Remember, we 5 seconds from World War III. We still got ships sitting out there in the Med. We still got the Russians and the goddamn Chinese sitting out there off Alaska. You got the Ukrainians, dumbass, that they blocking. Now, they are blocking stories with all this foolishness, like I say, because the Ukrainians just ran their ass on the Russians, about to get bum rushed. We dead in the middle of World War III. You ain't going to see it coming. You're not going to see it coming because you're distracted. I've got to the point where every day I'm in a ballistic missile can hit us today mode. I'm already in what the fuck am I about to do mode. Because I'm living on borrowed moments, borrowed minutes of a reality that's about to end. Get your mind right. If you're following me, get your mind right. Do what you got to do to protect your people. So when you get hit, you're ready. You're ready to move. If you got to get you a house out there in the country, a little shitty shack, buy that motherfucker. But get prepared. Because at any time, when them shots get fired, they're going to fire over here. This is going to be a war where they're going to fire over here. Watch I Pet Goat Part 2. I want everybody to watch I Pet Goat Part 2. And you'll see things have already been prophesied about the war on American soil, how it was going to take place, where they were going to come on land first. Go watch I Pet Goat 2. I Pet Goat Part 2. Just go watch it. And you will gain an understanding of where we are. But they won't tell you it's coming. You won't even see it coming. You're not going to see it coming. It's just going to happen. Be ready. Mr. Mockty, Back Row Ministry, peace and hair grease. Get out of distraction mode. It's funny, but we still got to stay focused.